Just like that, I took over the world. Just like that. Oh. I took that out. I like your gay pride shirt. It's funny. John Winks, what's going on with you today? Figure we'll burn an hour. Let's see what kind of traffic we can get. Did you see the thumbnail picture? Mason, what's good with you? Nothing much. Burn an hour here. Man, I had to go snow blow again. There was another 3, 4, or 5 inches out there. But that's all right. Winter just sucks, man. Did you see the thumbnail, Mason? I think that's a fabulous picture today. We picked a good one. Definitely picked a good thumbnail picture. Yeah. That's one of the things that always sucks is trying to be creative to get a thumbnail and then to find a picture. I see Winky Spinky beat me here. Yeah, he's usually pretty quick on the trigger, man.
Hey, so. Harley, guess who's on here?
So that's okay. And give her. Hey, Harley, come here. Come here. I'll have her put that back upstairs. But Orange Smoke, what's big with you today? How are you doing? Mason, same thing. What's going on with you? I was on Paul's live, talking, reloading, and seeing you pop up. Gotta show support, Sir Smokey. Paul Wick, is that who you were talking about? You can put the magazine back in this and go put it back upstairs.
Hi, Orange Smoke.
Don't rack it. Just put the mag in, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. What the fuck's it called? Charger. Yeah, so when I asked you to move it. Charger for what?
I no clue.
Let me see.
One of the million parts back here.
Not a whole lot. Just dealing with snow and cows. Yeah, I'm actually surprised how much snow we got. I said last night we went and we snowblowed, had everything cleaned up, and it was probably another 4 or 5 inches of snow out there. It wasn't no foot, but I'll bet you we got probably 7, 8 inches, which is too much for one person to handle. I shoveled snow and snowblowed earlier. Now I'm being lazy. Yeah. That was the first thing I did when I got up. I made everybody get up and we went and took care of all that first. Is he snow blowing again?
Backyard.
The actual yard?
Yeah,
There's concrete.
The concrete.
There you go. But, his snowblower's probably electric. Yeah, it sounds electric, huh? Yeah. Do you have a cord?
I don't see.
Would you guys ever buy a snowblower that's electric, that you have to have batteries or a cord? To me, that doesn't make sense. But yes, you would buy an electric snowblower. No, I'm not gay. Yeah, we have an electric lawnmower, an electric weed eater, and I hate them both. The only reason I have them is because they were cheap.
Yeah, the lawnmower was a quarter of the price.
My grandma had an electric one. It was pretty nice for walkways. I suppose if you lived in a small thing, but if you have to do a driveway and shit.
Yeah, that's definitely an electric one. Looks like probably gonna be battery powered.
I felt bad for the guy. I was watching him do the end of his driveway earlier with an electric one, and man, it would have been easier just to shovel it. But it's okay. I always make the kids come out and help. I'll snow blow, but then I make them do like the little bit of fine touch-up work. Just kidding. I will say some of the electric stuff is pretty impressive. They've come a long way. I'll give them that. I even like electric weed eaters. Yeah, them have come a long way too. We got, like I said, we have one. I prefer gas. You know, I don't know. I just probably the German in me, right? I don't mind a little gas. But oh boy, so you're going out grouse hunting? Is that what you're saying? You're gonna go out and shoot some grouse? We got Milwaukee ones. They are nice for small jobs.
Yeah, we got like off-brand stuff.
Yeah, all ours is cheap as cheap can be. So, Booty Bandits, how are you doing today? Did you get all your snow taken care of? I keep our yard trimmed and edged and shit, but I don't go much further than that anymore. I used to, and it just got, I don't know. You can get as fancy with it as you want, or just cut your grass and make it look nice. I was thinking about it, just talked to a buddy about heading out for the last hour. Oh, today, going deer hunting? Or going grouse hunting? Doesn't really pay to go out for an hour, does it? I mean, it could, I guess. But
Good. I get something out of it.
I mean, you never know. But yeah. You guys get all your Christmas shopping done yet, or you still got to do all that? Yep, all the plowing is done. Move the trailer for the winter. There you go. They roost up the last hour before dark in the trees. Oh, okay, the grouse. That's what I thought you were talking about, but I wasn't sure you were gonna talk or go deer hunting. But I kind of wanted to go deer hunting this year. I asked Gage if he wanted to go, and I tried getting Harley to go, and neither one wanted to go. So whatever. Just like every other year, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. All I really do when I go deer hunting anyway is sleep. Them are some of the best daytime naps I've ever had, is sitting up in a tree stand. Your deer season ended last weekend? Yeah, ours ends today. You saw quail for the first time? There you go, in a long time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, today would probably be a good day to be out there. Yesterday too, with all the snow.
Yeah.
But they definitely are easier to find or see. But yeah. Oh man, back to work tomorrow. That's gay. That sucks. Are you gonna put a red dot on your pistol, Orange Smoke? What kind are you gonna put on there? I guess I should probably have topics to talk about, but I really ain't got any. So we could talk more about about that Afghan. There was another Afghan charged, I guess. I didn't see what the charges were for him, but there's another one that got hemmed up. You haven't deer hunted since 2011? I think the last time I went was probably like 2015 or 2016. Laid off now, so the new toys are far and few between for a few months. Yeah. That'll give you some time to get stuff going. I wouldn't say anything bad about them getting Omega optics either. It's the same footprint as the SROs. Or not the SROs, the Delta Point. Same size. It's not a bad, for what it costs, it's not a bad dot at all. I have no idea how long it's going to last, but figure the one lasted 3/4 of the season so far, so there's something to be said for that. I obviously haven't beat it against the wall or the floor or anything like that. I'm not that guy who has to go destroy myself just to destroy it, but one of them is a 5 MOA, and then the other one is a 3 MOA. The Gideon Storm is, I think, either a 5 or a 6. And then the one on Gage's pistol, I believe, is a 5 MOA.
I think so.
So my checkmates, I can change the dots in them. There's just diodes. Last year, my main gun, I was running 10 MOA, and it worked good. It got you on the target fast and stuff, but it was hard to like really be precise at further distances. For Steel Challenge, it was perfect because like at the farther plates, it was the exact same size, so you just put the dot on the plate and you were good to go. But I dropped that back down to a 6 MOA. So for what we do, that works out perfect. I know a lot of people, they go smaller, but the smaller it is, it's the harder it is to find. I want to see a big bright dot and get on a target. The SRO and Delta Point I use for hunting rigs are small, 1 or 1.5, but I'd like to go bigger on the next ones. Yeah, 1 or 1.5 is probably hard to see. But I mean, the smaller the dot, the more precise you can be at further distances. But you know, again, like I said, you know, for the stuff we do with it, our furthest shots are 45 yards. So, you know, building something with that. I think if I were to put a dot on like a carry pistol, I would probably even go bigger than that. I'd probably go 8 MOA if I could find one. So, are you going to get the Smith & Wesson 4122 long rifle? Heard they were done making that model. No, I have no reason to want that. I mean, they're nice guns. Smith & Wesson makes good guns, but I just, it may look like I buy guns, but I actually buy guns to use them. I have things I bought just because I wanted them and they were cool, but most of the stuff I buy, especially nowadays, is stuff that I want to use for some competition or another. I'd like to have a 41 Performance Center. Oh yeah. I'd like to have a bunch of stuff from the Performance Center. But yeah, everyone, make sure you like the video. We got on there. Yeah, you definitely are a rimfire guy. I was looking in the CZ catalog. I see they make a left-handed bolt action. So maybe, I don't know if next year, but probably. I got to build out my Savage. You know, we got that Shaw barrel on there. I'm going to order that Eric Cortina brake for it. I want to order an Arkin optic and a different trigger. I'd like to put a different chassis in there, and I found some left-handed chassis, but I don't think I will. I'll probably, like I said, put that brake on it, an Arkin optic, and then change the trigger. The factory trigger isn't bad. That's an early one that's adjustable. It's not like the Accu trigger. So you can get it down to less than a pound, but even at that weight, it doesn't have a great feel. So, have you looked at the Rifle Basics triggers? No, I haven't. I'm not familiar with them at all. Pull that up. I'm going to pick on it yourself. Rifle Basic triggers on your phone. Awesome triggers for great price. Yeah, you know, that's the thing with triggers in any gun is there's a huge price range, but it depends on what you're doing with it. Like, on your hunting gun, you don't want to be much lower than 3 pounds, but on a precision gun, you want to be, you know, you want to be under a pound. Can I shoot the 1022 at Steel Challenge? Absolutely, you can. You need 5 magazines. So there's 5 strings with 5 plates. So as long as you hit everything the first time, you only need 5 rounds per string. So most people, the most reliable mags for 1022s are the rotary box magazines, but them and a red dot. You don't want to run a magnified optic for Steel Challenge.
Where's their website?
Send it to me when we're done. I'll pull it up when we're done. But yeah, a simple red dot or green dot. You can run iron sights if you're good with iron sights, but 15 yard zero. I think we zero rimfire rifles for Steel Challenge at 20. And then what we zero them at?
I think
20 or 25.
Yeah, one of the two.
I think it's 25.
It might be, being that that's easier to set up for.
Yeah. Yeah. All the minor 9mm minor pistons we zero at 15 yards. The 9mm major I do a 20-yard zero. And then the rifles we do 25. YouTube has verified my channel, so now I can go live when I want to. There you go. Right on. Make sure you tell people before, like hours before you go live, leave me a message or something and I'll make sure I'm there. What can't you use for Steel Challenge? Tube fed 22s, standard rifle cartridges, 223, 556 or whatever. But anything that fires a pistol cartridge, 22 on up to, I don't know if they'd let you shoot a 500, but they don't say that you can't.
Yeah,
but
that'd be probably depending on the club.
You can shoot a revolver. Your single actions would be a little bit of a struggle because of loading and unloading, but they'd let you do it. With rimfire, it's kind of nice because everything is at low ready. You don't need a holster for a rimfire pistol. But yeah, a lot of people use stock 1022s with just a simple red dot. And they're actually like pretty competitive with it. I have yet to shoot Steel Challenge with a 22 rifle, but it would be a lot of fun. The reason why is because of how you load it. You load it from the bottom side of the barrel, and when you're pulling out the tube, your hand is in front of the muzzle. So just for safety reasons. And then two, when you are ejecting them and clearing them, it's a lot harder to see if there's actually stuff in the tube or not. Like some of these, you can eject the round and then clear the tubes out and there'll still be a round sitting on that lifter. So usually not the guns. You never ever see anybody use anything rimfire or tube fed. I'm sorry, tube fed, not rimfire. Should try the North American Arms. I can't hit water with mine if I'm shooting from. Yeah, dude, I can't either. I actually have a video, and I was gonna post it, but I don't even know if I want to. We were shooting at a silhouette target from about 5 feet away, and I was still having a hard time hitting that silhouette. And that was with like a good conscious trigger pull and actually aiming the gun. When I got to about 3 feet away, I could shoot about a 6-inch group with it.
Yeah.
But that's a gun, dude, you just put in your pocket. That's something for, like...
They're on top of you.
I think the ideal thing with that would be for somebody that takes their dogs on walks or maybe takes their dog to a dog park and they may have to, punch a ticket. But otherwise, still trying to figure out the thumbnail thing. Yeah, dude, I'm not great at thumbnails either. Like for the lives, I try to just find something that's somewhat funny or entertaining, but yeah, I don't even know if it'd be decent for trapping because if you're much more than a few feet away, it's almost next to impossible to hit something. I think a Heritage Rough Rider would be better for trapping than North American. What's fucking say? Mustafakin. My buddy has North American Arms Pug 22 Mag. He has a necklace holster for it. Yeah, a lot of people do. Like, I used to have one of the Black Widows. That was 22 Mag too. It's similar to the Pug, just a little bit different. I had a necklace for that. For my little North American, I used to have the pocket belt clip for it, and my son broke it on me. So there isn't any Shadow Oranges up there. Them are all Tactical Sport Oranges. And they're significantly better than Shadows. Shadow's a great gun, but yeah, all three of them are Tactical Sport Oranges. There's 2 Tactical Sport Orange 2s, one in 9, one in 40, and then there's a Tactical Sport Orange 1 up there. That's the one with the dot on it. The only Shadow up there is on the left-hand side. That's the Urban Gray. But I mean, it's $1,000 more than a regular shadow. So,
Came up translating. So.
what?
So
Do you have 14? I don't know what he's saying. Laz, do you have a 14 Egan?
I have no clue.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Nice guns, yeah. So if you're comparing the Shadow 2 Orange to the standard Shadow 2, you are getting what you pay for. Shadow 2 Oranges, any of the oranges are all hand fit guns. The hand fit barrels, hand fit guns. The triggers are worked a little bit. Are they worth the extra money? If you have it and you can afford to spend it, yes. If you want to go shoot, is it going to make that big of a difference in scores or range time? Not really, you know. I think the biggest thing for any Shadow 2s is changing the barrel bushings. Shadow 2 blue grips are the only cool ones they make. Just saying. Yeah, all the women like the Shadow 2 blues. Something about the color that just like turns them on. I really like the two-tone Shadow 2. I'll be honest, I didn't like that gun when I bought it. I hated that color. I wanted the black and blue. And Gage talked me into that because it was $100 cheaper. You know, and then they discontinued the gun. And honestly, after I bought it and I've had it home and we've taken it out shooting it, I kind of like the urban gray. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but like everybody has a Shadow 2 blue. And you see a lot of them on a match, a lot. You see a lot of the Shadow 2 oranges too. But you don't, I think all the time we've been shooting, we've only seen a couple of the urban gray out there.
Yeah.
I got to put some more time into it. I've only got maybe 4 makes for it. Yeah, that's not even enough to get a good feel for it. You know, the thing with the CZs is they're accurate. I'm not saying they feel great, that they recoil better, that anything else. They're accurate. They're very accurate pistols.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the more accurate it is, the easier it is to hit stuff. You know, like that shadow systems. I like the gun. I like the way it feels. But it's hard to get 2 alphas or to zero out a target. It's actually hard. Where the Tac Sports or the Shadow 2, it's effortless. It's just like do your part on trigger control, you know, proper sight alignment and a little bit of follow through, and it's easy to hit stuff. But you know, the Shadow 2, Pay the Snucker, what's going on with you? How are you doing? The Shadow 2 Orange, I think the best group we've shot with it at 25 yards is like 1.25 inches. You know, that's off of a rest. It wasn't offhand, but it was 1.25 inches at 25 yards. I can't shoot 1.25 inches offhand. And I think the best group with the Shadow system was like 3.5 at 25 yards. So it's maybe, I don't remember, did we write it down even?
I don't know.
It was around 3 inches, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. But and that was pre green dot, so we haven't put it on a rust since, but just makes hitting stuff a lot easier when it's a very accurate firearm. Going through a really bad back injury, waiting for surgery, haven't been able to shoot in 2 months. Well, that sucks. What'd you do to your back? Did you get hurt at work or did you get hurt at home? Yeah, orange smoke, like I said, I think the best thing to a Shadow 2 is the Cajun Gunworks barrel bushing or CZ custom barrel bushing. It's the same bushing. Work, lift, and weight, that sucks. Did you bulge a disc or herniate a disc? I got high hopes for that FN. I feel it's going to be accurate. Yeah, FN makes good guns. I mean, I don't think anybody can really say. I've never heard of a bad FN product. Have you?
No.
You know, they're maybe a little overpriced, but they're good products and they make phenomenal barrels. I think if if I shot 45 ACP more, I would buy one. I keep looking at them. I look at like their, what is their FNX 9 or whatever, and then they have the FNX 10. I keep looking at them. I don't know. Herniated 2 discs pushing on my nerve. Can't even walk. That sucks. That sucks. Are they gonna go put like that gold mesh around them and suck it back in? I wanted the HK23 for a while, but when I seen this, I had to. Dude, you made an incredible buy. You would have had a hard time passing that up and thinking back on it. You'd have regretted it. I said we shot a friend of mine's. He has the same gun. His is Flat Dark Earth, and it was nice. It was a nice shooting gun, but I don't shoot a lot of 45 anymore just because of the cost. You know, and I'm not even talking factory ammo, but it's expensive to reload for. The bullets and primers, the bullets being the main one, they're expensive. I have no clue. I think they're gonna just cut out their hernia. There you go. A lot of times people have more problems with their back later. So hopefully you heal up good from that, because that sucks. I deal with back stuff all the time. Years ago, I had bulged some discs, and I have problems with that constantly yet for it. So, and it sucks. I traded a guy 1K 9 for 1K 45 ammo, so I figured I needed a 45. Yeah, that makes sense. Like for reloading wise, the 45 takes almost the same powder charges as 9, and you can use the same powder. They work, you know, 231 HS6 tight group, unique, CFE, you know, all the major powders, they work in 45. I don't have a ton of brass like I used to for it. A bunch of my brass got destroyed. And then when you go shoot a match, like we used to shoot, and you had to pick up your brass as you shot. So I didn't mind shooting my Colt for that stuff, but now everything is lost brass, and 45 ACP brass is expensive too. It's going to be a blast to suppress. I'm running some 230 grain, you know, weight rounds through it. It'll make that thing just shoot like a puppy, you know. You'll hear it go thud on the paper for sure. You watching that, right? We use tight group for 45. Yeah. Tight group's good powder. I like tight group. That's like for major, I usually use accurate number 7 or HS6. HS6 being my favorite, because you use a lot of it. You put a lot of it in a cartridge, so you get a lot of gas, which makes the comp work. For pistols, my favorite pistol powder is 231. I still prefer 231, but you don't, at 9mm, you don't get power factor with 231, which is okay. But that was my main 45 and 40 and 9mm powder for decades. I've been playing a lot lately because I have 8 pounds of Winchester 244. I think that's Winchester. Yeah, it's Winchester 244. Used to use a lot of power pistol and blue dot for 10mm, but haven't been able to find it for a long time. Power pistol's good too. I have a whole shitload of that downstairs. I think I got probably 15 pounds of it. I like it, but it makes everything feel like you're shooting a Magnum. It's loud. It's got that Magnum kind of ring to the cartridge. It burns clean, and it makes all the power factor you want plus some, you know. But that's the exact reason we don't use it. I have loads that I can use power pistol for major, but again, it's super loud, and it's already, I mean, shooting a comp is already loud, but it's stupid loud, you know. 2 years ago, I had some stuff loaded for gauge. that he was running out of the Glock, and we were getting a lot of questions because the shit was throwing a huge muzzle flash, and it was stupid loud. It was indoors. But for my son, when I loaded his 10mm, we used power pistol and that, and it's a good powder. It burns clean. It's a good clean powder. And you know, if you're using it for self-defense or hunting or something like that, it's definitely the way to go. But for the action pistol games, it's not necessarily the right powder. I think when I first started reloading, the very first powder I ever used for handgun, which was 9mm, was Blue Dot. My friend Jim, he showed me some green dot, some red dot, and some blue dot. And it was cool because the reason they call it blue dot or red dot or green dot is when you open the container, there's actually little blue flakes in it. So it's a great shotgun powder too. That's what we used to use when I loaded buckshot rounds for my Sega 12, was blue dot and red dot. But that's what I know. Where are we at?
472.
You put, huh?
472.
Put the fucking phone away. What did you think of our pistol when we were loading it?
Definitely loud and always threw a fireball.
It was loud.
No matter what load we ever used, it always had fireball.
The power pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah, it always had a huge fireball. Which is crazy when you're outside in the sunlight that you're still seeing a muzzle flash. Cool guns. Do you have any Smith & Wesson? I do. I have. I gotta think. I think I got just the one Smith, don't I? I gotta think about it. I think the only Smith I own is a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard in 38 Special.
Isn't one upstairs Smith & Wesson?
No. It's Taurus. When I switched to 460 rolling, that's what a lot of recipes use as power pistol. Yeah, I'll be curious to see the 460. That's a pretty hot cartridge. So, definitely pretty hot. That's the type of thing, once you load some up, you gotta go shoot some milk jugs with it. Josh, how are you doing? How's your day going? I appreciate you stopping in. If you guys haven't, do me a solid and double hit that like screen. Double tap the screen. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Yeah, launching 250 grainers at 1,300 feet per second. Snow here. Yeah, we have a bunch of snow too. We had a good Thanksgiving. It was pretty chilled. Yesterday was kind of our first snowfall of the year. I don't know what the final accumulation is. I'm going to guess probably 7 inches, maybe 8. Definitely was under a foot. But the snow was real packy, so it wasn't like crazy. Are you Irish? No, I'm German. My ancestry is German. Technically, I guess I'd be an American. But, Josh, how much snow did you get? I'm excited for John Winks. He went and accepted he's going to be poor and ordered that TSO2. I'm curious what he thinks of. Only reservation I have for him is I think it's he probably doesn't realize how large of a gun it is. I hope he's not disappointed in that, because it is a very large firearm. Half Indian, half German, half Polish. That's all right. Southern Vermont, a few inches, but up north, a foot after pack. Yeah, you guys get a lot more snow, I think, being on that northeastern side of the country. But we had snow a few weeks ago, but it wasn't very much. So yeah. Winky is going pretty hard into the CZ game. Yeah, it gets addictive, you know. One thing I can say though is when you do it, you get what you pay for. You know, when you spend a little more, you get a little better gun. So not all companies do that. A lot of them, you know, you spend more, you get different features or different colors or different comps or whatever. But where it really matters is the barrel and the accuracy. You get no real improvement. So it's starting to snow here again. I hope we're not getting. Are we getting more snow? I hope not. Well, the only thing I'll say about snow is like right now, it's bright outside. You know, a few days ago it was almost dark already by this time. You know, but with all that snow out there, it makes it brighter and it makes it feel not so gloomy. You know, so that's nice. Well, hey,
I'm trying to figure it out.
trying to figure it out. But you're all done with work then, Orange Smoke, for the rest of the year? I think that was what, 2 weeks ago was the last day. You're already sick of winter. So am I. 100%. I'm over it. This shit could end. Absolutely. And we're not even started yet. I don't even think it's technically we've had the first day of winter yet, have we? It's in December, isn't it? You know. Yeah, we are done unless emergency digs get called in. There you go. Well, at least you'll be able to get out and do a little freezing your nuts off shooting. So I think the only thing about Minnesota winters is at least the mosquitoes probably aren't as bad. I kind of envision that mosquitoes in Minnesota are probably still flying. Yeah, I got a bum leg. Makes it hard. We're just started. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, living on unemployment kind of sucks. That's definitely not as much. I haven't had to use that in a long, long time. I don't even know what the weekly payout is. I don't know if Minnesota's the same as Wisconsin or what. I don't know what the payout is on it. Not enough to really. You can probably keep the heat on, but that's about it.
I don't think so.
No. Definitely not going to the massage parlor and buying expensive stuff. How come you threw them pillows on the floor anyway? I just picked them up.
They were on the checker.
I imagine you probably get sick of just sitting home too. That gets old. How's the truck driving all this snow? Minnesota isn't bad as Wisconsin. Some of my buddies at work live in Wisconsin and they collect here. Yeah, I don't know, like I said, what Wisconsin is anymore, but I know back in the day when I used it, it wasn't shit. So but if you're responsible and you plan for it, I guess it's survivable. It's torture to stay home disabled or out of work. Yeah, it is. Definitely makes time go by. I absolutely hate driving trucks in a snowstorm. Yeah, I hear you on that. Although some of the stuff I can drive, it's more fun to drive in bad weather. It's easy to slow and steady. Yeah. Hey, you guys are driving big rigs though. I'm driving shit that weighs as much as a fully loaded truck, but it's not. Just heavy, armored. You get to drive some pretty cool stuff. I do. So we slowed way down. Our JLTV contract was, we didn't get JLTV2, so they moved production of that to Michigan. Some of the other stuff we have, like we had a bunch of Israeli stuff we were doing. and them contracts are all completed and delivered. We have a couple hundred more strikers to do, but there's not a whole lot. On my way up to ACI on 41 Wednesday, I don't think traffic went over 20. No. Chris, how are you doing? What's going on with you today? Hold on.
We're going for 40. Just over 600 views.
I'm loaded up to about 98,000 pounds most days. Yeah, you're carrying a heavy load. Be cool to drive around in that track stuff. I sent you a video of. I'm sure the old guy is ripping around it. Oh, the half track. Fuck yeah, that's my dream vehicle. Like, if I got to the point where I was wealthy and could go afford something like really really nice, that'd be the first thing I would buy. That and a quad 50 mount for it. I wouldn't even care if it was a quad 50 mount that were semi-auto, but a half track with an anti-aircraft quad 50 mount. Oh gosh, that's about as hot as it gets. And ever since I was a little kid, that was like the one vehicle that I always thought was just the absolute coolest vehicle there was. You know, all the half tracks are cool. Even the German ones were pretty cool, but you know. I think you should go find that guy Orange Smoke and do some videos. He'd probably let you do some videos. That'd be pretty badass, actually. You know, it's amazing too when you look at like them World War II vehicles, realizing most of them didn't have roofs or heat. I mean, god damn, you know. Our grandparents' generation, or Mason, your great grandparents' generation, they were some hard ass motherfuckers. You know, they had balls of steel. You know, maybe because they were frozen to steel, but you know, they. I know my grandpa, he was a trooper, man. But he was on the other side during World War II. so I mean, there's that. Stifler, what's going on? How are you doing today? I'm glad you stopped in. 2A is the way. Sure is. Sure is. Absolutely. Yeah, Stifler, we ain't got anything going on. I'm just killing a little time. Nothing fancy. We got your slide out on the table, though. I don't know if you probably didn't even notice that, but we got it out right there. Working on the website at the moment, getting the Cyber Monday sales started. There you go. Mother, what's going on with you? How are you and Lucy doing today? Surprised you're not out at your brother's. I haul rough cut boards for cabinet and floor shops. There you go. Yeah, Joe, I'm good, man. Ain't nothing really going on. Just killing these watch hours. Oh, do this. Hey Joe, so I made you a moderator. You'll see the other channels in here. You can click into some of their guys' stuff. You'll be able to go right to their channel and check out their stuff. That's probably the easiest way to build a channel, is to start connecting with other channels. The Sauce Time with me, that's it's like one of my best friends. I've known Joe for, oh man,
Yeah, it's Saute
since
with me.
or Saute with me. He keeps changing his name, but I've known him since like 2007 since 1997. So I've known him forever and ever and ever. But he's a chef, and I've been trying to convince him hard to do cooking Phenomenal chef, actually. Super cool dude. Super weird. He's definitely, when you look up weird in the dictionary, that's Joe. So, yeah. Yeah, Booty Bandits, that's my guy's name is Joe. So, we got two Joes here. Yeah, you've known him before. He was a glint in your dad's eyes. Yeah. Yeah, I've known him a long time. So, that's it. What is it at?
677. Five. So I got
Yeah.
about 80 views in 5 minutes.
Too rare to kill and too strange to duplicate. Absolutely. A high-powered prototype. One of a kind. But, yeah. What do you guys do with your leftover turkey? I'm going to have the wife make some turkey pot pie with it. Gotta go. See you later, Joe. You have a good one. I'm gonna have the wife make some turkey pot pie because I can't eat all kinds of turkey just days after days after day. I can't do it. I don't want to do it, but just make some pot pie. Why don't you text her and remind her to make that? That's fabulous. Take her turkey sandwiches, soup, pretty much. Yeah. I don't eat a whole lot of sandwiches. We don't have any this year. My wife didn't cook, went to the in-laws. There you go. That's the way to go. I got pumpkin pies. I pissed her off because she went and bought a pumpkin pie, and then I bitched about it. Like, you can't even make me a fucking pumpkin pie. So she cooked the pumpkin pie. So I got 2 pumpkin pies. I don't eat turkey almost any other time of the year, so I don't get too old. Yeah, we don't either. Pretty much Thanksgiving is the only time we eat turkey. And turkey's okay.
On occasion, we might buy like the store-bought sliced turkey for like sandwiches.
Yeah, for sandwiches, but I don't really eat that stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you get the right turkey and it was cooked right and it's nice and juicy and tender, yeah, turkey's good stuff. But hers wasn't really that great this year. It was a little on the dry side. I'm not going to tell her that because, I wasn't going to cook. The best part of Thanksgiving dinner is deviled egg stuffed and cranberry sauce. Yeah, she still got in the fridge. I bet you probably a dozen or more eggs that she boiled, and she never even bothered to make the deviled eggs. That's the one thing that when she makes deviled eggs, them are gone as soon as she's done making them. They're gone. We take them right off the plate while she's making them.
Yeah, I still remember when we went up to Amy's, you and Jay brought the pans of deviled eggs. You had like 24 of them that you guys took up.
Yeah, we
Maybe
showed up
like
with
10.
Yeah. Oh, she was mad. We had to take a couple years ago to my sister's. Our job was to take deviled eggs, and we had 2 big trays of deviled eggs.
Like 12 each or something like that.
And my son and I, we got there, and we had a half of a tray left. So you show up, supposed to bring food, and here's like 6 or 7 deviled eggs. Sorry. Don't trust us with the good stuff, as they should have known better. They should have known better. That's their own fault. I put bacon, celery, and onions in yours. She puts onion powder in it, but no celery or nothing. I don't even feel bad about it. I mean, she knew it was going to happen. She had to have.
Yeah.
My kid and I sit there and take them off the tray when she's making them. And then, better yet, hey, don't touch these. These are for the party. Oh, you guys are coming up after us? Make sure you bring them with you.
Yeah.
What'd you think we were going to do? Of course we were going to eat them.
Yeah.
It started out simply enough with just one. I had one, he had one. I had one more and he had one more. And the funny thing is we got down to them like half last dozen there, and we're like, should we just finish these? Because it's going to be pretty embarrassing going in with 6, and I couldn't eat anymore. I was full. He was full. Some people think it's weird and won't eat them, just like cucumbers on tacos. It's the best. I've never tried cucumbers on tacos. Although I could see it would be pretty good.
Could be.
Salted cucumbers, I take it. Bring that red Ruger and the front closer to the camera. I can zoom in on the Ruger. That's a tandem cross build. So we'll bring that right there. Is that a little better for you? So that's a sponsored gun. Tandem Cross gave us that. That's their lower, their bolt, their comp. Everything on there's Tandem Cross except the actual barrel. Yeah, I don't know if the cucumbers were salted, it probably wouldn't be bad. I could definitely handle probably eating them in a taco salad. I don't think they'd be bad that way either.
No.
Mason, I'm telling you, cut cucumbers, and your next tacos next time, you'll never go back. I'm willing to try it. You?
Yeah.
Hey, Harley. Come here. I love cucumbers. Definitely try that. My daughter has a thing for cucumbers too. The wife buys her cucumbers specifically for her because they peel them and they dice them super small, and that's what she eats for snacks. Like, she loves cucumbers. That bottle needs to be put away too.
What's up?
Orange Smoke says you have to try cucumbers on tacos. He said it's absolutely the best.
I might have had that. I don't know.
But French dressing on tacos.
I'm good. I'm not trying that.
With hard shell tacos, that probably wouldn't be bad, I guess.
Yeah, probably not.
No? I could see that actually being okay.
I want cucumbers now.
I know. I knew you would. That's why I had you come down here so I could bring up cucumbers.
I ate all my cucumbers.
I know you do. You got a fetish for them.
I do.
So, we've been on an hour. Anything longer than that, and it kind of hurts you. So I'm going to get off of here. I appreciate all you guys for jumping in and hanging out. I hope you have a great day of what's left of it. And I hope you have a great week. We'll probably at some point get a live going this week. You finally got a TX22. There you go. You got to get a Freedom Fingers kit for it. Got to get that Freedom Fingers. So, with that, gentlemen, ladies, things, I'll talk to you all another time. Have a good day.